afternoon, everyone. Phil Simons here with Columbia Grain and your Friday afternoon weekly market recap. Well, today marks the end of another month, and hard to believe that we turned the calendar over to May already. And even harder to believe is that the weather market is starting to rear its head. But with that, weather is becoming an ever more important factor in the overall price movement. Some of the latest weather maps are showing some signs of much needed moisture potentially working its way into some areas of Montana. And on the flip side of that, we see that the same system could potentially slow down the corn planters this coming weekend. So the markets are definitely toiling with that and reacting to this as we are entering the weather market season. And again, with the uncertainty in the world on the overall physical commodity movement and supply issues coming from the war in Ukraine, any chance or perceived chance of continued supply issues will be magnified this year, and the knee-jerk reactions are in full swing. But looking at the weather maps that were really driving the futures markets today, we can see the U.S. Drought Monitor map on the left-hand side of the screen, again highlighting the fact that there are areas in Montana that are being classified as extreme droughts according to the U.S. Drought Monitor map, which was released yesterday, Thursday, April 28th. Now the map again on the right-hand side of the screen shows the potential storm path for rain accumulation, which is going out through tomorrow, Saturday, April 30th, showing some potential relief in areas of Montana that could definitely use it. And again, on the same token, areas of North Dakota and South Dakota and Iowa that could definitely see some moisture this weekend as well, potentially halting corn activity or corn planting throughout the weekend as we see what happens there. So again, as we close the month of April out, I do want to just recap what we saw throughout the month in terms of new crop, corn, wheat, and bean price action. So taking a look, starting with December corn futures, we can see on the left-hand side of your screen that December corn for the month of April opened up at $6.83. And today we closed the month out at $7.51, having an overall price range on the right-hand side of your screen of 81 cents and a net monthly positive change of 68 cents when the dust settled today. So a very good month in regards to what we saw in terms of Dees corn action. When we look over at the wheat pit, and again, starting with Chicago wheat, we see that for the month of April, Dees wheat in Chicago opened up on the left-hand side of your screen at $9.73. Closing the month out today for Chicago Dees wheat at $10.58. With this, on the right-hand side of your screen, we can see that the monthly range was $1.65. And for the net monthly change, we actually were able to hold on to 85 cents of that gain. So again, a very, very good month in Chicago wheat. Similar fashion, Kansas City wheat over on the left-hand side of your screen. For the month of April, if we look at Kansas City December, we opened up at 10.17 at the beginning of the month and closed today at $11.11. So on the right-hand side of the screen, that's going to show us having a monthly range of $1.79 and a net monthly gain or positive change of 94 cents in Kansas City wheat. Turning the page and looking at Minneapolis wheat, similar fashion over on the left-hand side of your screen, we opened up the month at $10.43 and closed today out at $11.51. Again, on the right-hand side of the screen, giving us a monthly range of $1.54 in Minneapolis and holding on to a net positive change of $1.08 in Minneapolis December wheat. So again, very, very positive action this week or this month. Kind of switching gears a little bit, we're looking at new crop beans. So new crop November beans, we opened up the month at $14.19. And today we closed the month out at $15.14. Again, on the right-hand side of the screen here, we see a massive monthly range of $1.47 for new crop beans. And we were able to hold on to, again, a net positive month for soybeans of 95 cents when the dust settled here. So again, we just want to continue to highlight the fact that these knee-jerk reactions are going to definitely continue as we move forward, and why it's even more and more important as we move forward to get your pricing ideas out there and get your orders working with your local Columbia grain merchandisers. Because what we might think is really pie in the sky numbers today really might be reality tomorrow. But the bigger factor that we need to look at is how do we protect the floor price in today's commodity market? So really give your local Columbia Grain Elevator a call, and we can help you build out your marketing strategy. And remember, the markets are not logical, they are psychological. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll talk with you next week.